Today I'm going to be reviewing the King's Big Daddy Deluxe camping swag. If you're watching this video, then you're probably considering, should I buy King's gear, should I not? I guess the real question is it cheap crap or is it value for money? Now, we've owned this swag for over a year now, and we've used it in many different environments: the wind, the sunshine, and the rain. I'm going to talk about three main areas: design quality, durability, and price value. So why did I buy this swag? Well, this is the first swag that I've ever owned. And obviously, if you're buying your first swag, you're not entirely sure what it's going to be like. So you don't want to break the bank on a swag and then not enjoy the style of swag camping. So yeah, it was cheap. And also it's a queen size because the Big Daddy Deluxe. So yeah, it's quite spacious as well. Well, first off, to take a look at the design quality, why don't I film myself setting it up and we'll time how long it takes to set up. So it took me about 3.5 minutes to set up, so we'll see how long it takes me to pack it up on myself. So first off, what is the material like? Now, it is canvas, but it kind of seems like a blend of some sort of different ones. My brother's got the same model, but he bought it about a year before me, and it seems that the material's slightly different. This one feels a bit more polyester or something synthetic. So that being said, I've seasoned it a bunch of times when we first got it, and the rest of the material, it's been fine. It has had no leaks, no worries at all. The seasoning seems to have worked on it. So material gets a tick for the most part. Now, one of the second benefits, just of swags in general, but especially this swag, is that it has these two large, nice big windows that you can open up. So in winter, when it's cold, it gets really warm in there from the body heat because the material keeps the heat in. But in summer, so we just spent a week on Morton Island, and the whole week we had both sides open, and it just was able to let the breeze flow through. So if it's warm, you're basically sleeping outside under the stars with just the mozzie net over you. So I really like that design, having the two big windows that fold up, as well as the two windows on either end that are covered up by the awnings above them. So you've got plenty of room for airflow. Now, the mattress, I'm sure that's a question on a lot of people's minds. It is a 100mm mattress, so it's quite thick, but interestingly enough, it's quite soft. So it is thick, but it's not very dense, which for me, someone who likes a thick, dense mattress, it's hard, it's going to be rigid. I don't like it that much. So what we've done is we've actually just added in a layer of eggshell foam. It's just a mattress topper from Kmart, and that's actually added a fair amount of comfort. If you want to go more hardcore, you can swap in your own mattress or buy a more thick eggshell foam mattress topper, that sort of thing, to go underneath. Now, with pegging things down, this is actually one of the downfalls. The only spot to peg it from the top is this particular part for this awning, and really it's just meant to pull the awning out. It doesn't really do that much to pull the swag taut, and it doesn't really stop the swagging on the sides. And it's actually a bit of a design flaw because the first one that I got, I'm about to go into this, is actually the second one that I got after a refund. The first one I got, I obviously was trying to pull it too taut and trying to get the swag taut by pulling this and pegging it down hard, and it actually ripped at the top of the seam. The awning separated from the rest of the swag. So this isn't really meant to keep the swag taut. It's actually just meant to pull this awning out. So a simple solution to the problem is just to get two ropes and just tie them on either side of the tent pole. Can be even be on the same peg or separate depending what you want, and pull them taut, and that'll stop any swag on the sides of the swag, on the windows and the doors. And it'll also just help the swag be more rigid. So I mentioned that this is actually our second one. I realized after saying that, this is actually our third one, and that leads me into talk about durability. So the first one we had did all right. That was pretty good. Had it in some rain and stuff, no leaks, but it did rip when I pegged it down one time. The awning separated. The second one we had, however, when we exchanged it and got a new one, We went camping, it rained quite heavily. We even had it under the awning, under another tarp, but obviously still rain's gonna come from sides, and it just leaked everywhere up. All around the sides of our mattress were wet, soaking, water was pooling all in the bottom. And upon closer inspection, it was actually the seams that were leaking. The seam, all along the zipper seams, all along the stitches in different areas, they were all leaking water because obviously the canvas swells to close the holes, and it hadn't swelled enough to close it. And so water was just getting straight in whenever it pulled. So we exchanged that one for a third one, but I was taking no chances this time. So I seasoned it, and I also did something else to it that I saw someone do online. But what do you do if you need to waterproof something? Silicone. So as you can see here, I sticker flexed all of the inside where I noticed it was leaking the most around the doors, all on that double stitch and along the zipper line so that no water could get through there. Once I was done that, I got a cheaper version of just the bathroom, kitchen, tiling, kind of all used silicone that you get from Bunnings. I think it was maybe like 10 bucks. And I did all of the rest of the seams of the outside area, anywhere where water could still possibly get in if it pulled and the stitching wasn't great. And so I just went through and did that all around the swag as much as I could. Didn't cost me much, but just for the extra insurance. I know it's not pretty, but it is an easy solution. And I'm happy to report that since doing that, have had no issues with water leaking in. So overall, how is it done over that time that we've owned it? Well, with the torn material, the leaking, having to fix it with silicone, I'd say it's done probably about how much it's worth, maybe even a little less. But that leads me into the next thing, price value. So a similar quality swag branded as XTM sits at about 200 on sale and 500 regular. Same swag rebranded as June sits 500 new, about 180 on sale. But here we've got the King swag sitting at 150 on sale for just the swag, but also you can get lots of different bundles with different things included. This is the deal that we bought here. We got it for 168 and I've even seen it on sale for 158. If you want to step up in quality, you've got the 23-0 for about $400 at a good price. And you've also got the Darchi that can sit anywhere from $500 to $700. Obviously that's going to be a big jump up in quality. My overall verdict is it's good value for money, and depending on who you are, maybe it's not worth it. If you're a camper and you're just on a budget and all you want is to just try out a swag, or you need some cheap camping gear, go right ahead, especially if you're not going to be camping in torrential rain all the time. But if you want something that's quality, that you can trust, that you know is not going to leak or break, or it's going to last you a little bit longer, then spend a bit more money, go for the more expensive option. But for those of us who aren't that rich and you do just want the budget option, it does an okay job. Well, that's it from me, guys. Hope that was helpful. Stay tuned for more content.
Stay tuned on All Gear, No Idea.